Alright, let's do this really quickly then, because you guys know this.
I've only got a red pen.
Okay, so we're living in this kind of age with all this information and data going around. How do we make sense of it? How do we know what's true, what's not? We're going to have a little look at that in this chapter. Okay. So the first thing you want to look at is the types of data. And you guys already said a couple of them already. But this is how I like to break it down, because there's these two overarching categories. Okay. There's the first one, which is categorical. Okay. And the name indicates that this is going to have something to do with like words, right? Living in categories. The second type is your more traditional type of data. It's going to involve numbers, and the name that we give that is quantitative. Okay, so quant means numbers, I think, something like that.
Quantity?
Quantitative, yeah, like quantity. So this involves numbers. Okay. But even within those two, these two, we can split them up again. Okay. And the first one, I think Daniel said, you said ordinal? You said that?
Yeah, but he said that.
Okay, cool.
Numerical.
Right, yeah. So ordinal, the names are going to be a clue to what they actually are referring to. So ordinal, right, there's something to do with an order there. Okay, an example of that is, let's say, shirt sizes. Shirt sizes? Okay. So what kind of shirt sizes we got? We got like small, medium, large, right, yeah, extra large, right.
Double
Okay.
XL, triple XL.
I don't know anyone with those kind of sizes.
China, it's XL.
Okay. Why are these ordered, guys? Why are these ordered?
Because you can. There's no numbers.
Okay, yeah, that's the first thing. So we're in the categorical branch, so we've got some words here. But then there's like a clear order going on, isn't it? Small, medium, large, they go in that order, right? And that's really objective, okay? There's nothing subjective about it, it's a really objective order. The other type of categorical data, okay, we call that nominal. Okay, that means that there's no order. Okay. And that's stuff like hair color, right?
Green.
So black,
Orange.
orange, don't know any orange.
Yeah, Jackson was orange.
Jackson and Jamaica?
One.
Where's my pen?
Okay, so Jackson, what is quantitative data? Can you remind me? What's quantitative data?
Like shoe sizes. I don't know.
That's alright. So, as in quantitative involves stuff with numbers, right? Okay, that's what I'm asking for the
I'll
moment.
pass that on to Chloe.
Okay, no, that's alright. Now, there's two types of quantitative data.
Wait, are we still on nominal? Like what? How would you?
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Sorry.
Yeah? So nominal
So
is
if
stuff
you-
without an order.
Yeah.
So
And
like,
then quantitative,
yeah, and I'm going to do this one here.
numerical.
Right, yeah, same thing. But in the HSC exams, they use this word here, quantitative.
Yeah.
So same thing as numerical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's divided into discrete
Yes.
and continuous.
Okay, so even within numbers, guys, Jacob, can you get okay?
Sorry.
Even within numbers, we have these different types of numbers. For example, how many people in this room, right? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can only have whole numbers.
Hang on, wait, 6?
You can only have whole numbers.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Including me. You can only have whole numbers. I don't know person.
Yeah, you are now.
You can only have whole numbers. You can't really have half a person, right? So, we call this type of data discrete. Okay. So, for example, the one we just did. How many students, or how many people in this class?
And that means you can't have
Well,
half
Yeah, so you can't really have half a person, right? So this type of data needs to be whole numbers, right?
Is this the one also that it doesn't have a scale?
No.
So continuous would be something like kilograms, because that has like a scale. Does that make sense?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think it's a good indication,
Yeah.
but it's not
It's
necessarily
not always-
it's not necessarily the definition. I can't think of an example where it isn't a scale. Maybe like a rating. No, that's something different. But like, I think that the thing to remember is whole numbers and a whole range of values.
Okay.
That's how I remember it. So the opposite of discrete, Jacob, right? The opposite of that is just going to be continuous, okay? And that means I don't have to have whole numbers anymore. I can actually have this whole range of values, right? And an example of that is just like, height. Because you don't have to have height as whole numbers, right? You can be 180 centimeters. You can also be 180.5, right? Yeah. You can have this whole range of values. Okay, on your sheets, can we have a look at some examples?
Ready for this?
Watch it. Kobe.
Oh! Alright guys, come on, let's make a start.
Right after you were like,
Yeah,
watch
Jacob, do
this.
some work. I'll get him on. I'll whip him into gear.
Into line.
He'll like that, wouldn't he?
Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Sorry, it's like so far out.
Okay, Jacob, can you read the question for me? First question. Under types of data.
For each set described below, state the type of data, either categorical, ordinal, categorical, nominal, quantitative, continuous, quantitative, discrete.
Okay, so first thing to know is when they ask you to state the type of data, they want you to state both. Okay, so you either have categorical or quantitative data, and then within those, you want to identify which subcategory it is. Okay, so for the first one, okay, the number of people attending the Olympic Games. Daniel, do you think that's going to be categorical or quantitative? First of all, the number of people at the Olympic Games. Yeah, quantitative, right? So this is what I want you to think about. Don't jump into it. Break it down first. So you know there's going to be some numbers involved, and then you think, okay, the number of people. Is that discrete or continuous? Well, we just talked about number of people. You have to have a whole number for that amount. So it's going to be quantitative, discrete for that first one. Okay, put that in there if you haven't got it already. Quantitative, discrete. Alright, Jackson, can you do the next one for me? The types of breakfast cereal on sale in supermarkets. What's the first thing you want to think about?
Right, it's obviously going to be categorical.
Right, yep. And then what do we do next?
Yeah, nominal.
Right, okay, there's no real order for breakfast cereals. Okay, Chloe, how did you do the next one?
2.
3.
The body temperature of a patient over 24-hour period.
Yep.
Well, you go to quantitative
Yep.
because it involves numbers.
Right, yeah.
And then you would go to continuous
Yep.
because it can, it doesn't have to be a whole number.
Yeah, so temperature you can have 38.1 degrees, 29.1 degrees, right? It doesn't have to be whole numbers. Okay. Jordan, next one. How do we do that one?
Should have Jordan do it.
The report grade a student receives, either A, B, C, or D. Now, this one is a little bit different. Do you think it's going to be categorical or quantitative?
Well, it's not numbers,
Right,
so
yep.
it has to be categorical.
Okay, so it's going to be categorical. Now, is there an order involved?
Yes, so
Yeah.
it'll be ordinal.
Yeah, well done. Right?
Ordinal.
This is going to be categorical ordinal. Alright, Jackson, finish us off.
Yeah.
Last one.
Colour of cars, well that would be nominal.
Okay, so it's definitely categorical because there's no numbers involved. Okay, and the colours themselves, there's no order really in colours, right? So that's just going to be nominal, as you said.
What
Easy.
was the third one?
You tell me, is it quantitative or categorical? The body temperature of the patient.
Quantitative.
Yeah, and then,
Continuous.
right, yeah, because temperature, right, it doesn't have to be a whole number, it can be a range of values. Yeah. Okay, now, once we've figured out what kind of data we're working with, we also want to know what's the best way to present that, okay? And there's a lot of different ways to present it. You've looked at a lot of different types of graphs. Can you guys name any graphs do you recall, like using your assignment, do you remember?
Oh, line graph.
Line graph, yeah.
And
Anything else? That's
Column
right.
graph.
Sorry?
A
Yeah, column graph, bar
bar
graph, like a pie chart, you might have seen that.
oh yeah, there was a pie chart.
Yeah?
Oh, there was heaps of graphs actually.
And a line graph is actually really good because it's good at looking at certain trends. Okay, that's what a line graph is good for. But the ones we're going to look at two. One is called a frequency distribution table. Okay, it's a long word. Another one is called a frequency histogram. Okay, we're going to have a look at those things. So, I'm just going to run this off quickly. So I put that heading, presenting data.
Present.
Still.
Hey, welcome.